Hello, everybody. Kind of a late night one here. Sorry, There we go. See if we can find a spot that's my face looks a little less mixed. So I'm sitting here just in my awareness tonight, and I wanted to explain what the last 3 weeks has kind of taught me. So for those that haven't been following me for a while, essentially I got a move out notice on my home, and it's been a mad scramble probably for the last week and a half to 2 weeks of not having another place to go, not being able to find another place to go, not having enough money to find another place to go, and all this panic and fear and fight or flight and other things. As of last Friday, I moved into my trailer here, not even a week into it now, and started to see something underneath all of this, all of the stuff that happened. It's a clarity. So as I went through the process of losing my home, having to pack up all the belongings that I had, put them into storage in a mad scramble, trying to manifest, trying to create a replacement home, all these things, and nothing was working out. A lot of fear and fight or flight, anger, frustration, panic, all kind of flooded in. It was not fun. The move was hell on earth, and like 5 or 6 days of just chasing and just my body almost becoming exhausted, etc. And it kind of shut me down. And then I had to rely on family and a whole bunch of other things to come in to help. But it showed me a huge amount of things about myself and about the reality, well, my safety and other things were all based on certain things, certain beliefs. Like, okay, I have to have a home to be able to live, or I might die, which isn't obviously true because I'm here right now. Having a home for my children was huge as well, and I'm very grateful that my ex-wife and the children's mother, who I'm still amicable with, has the ability to be able to care for our children while I'm going through this process. I also got to look at things like the safety that our parents give, how I'm loved, how I don't accept help, and I've been taught to kind of only go on my own. And this whole process, and a lot of people would have seen my panic and other things, because at the beginning of all this, I didn't know what to do, and I was kind of in full surrender of just trying to chase to get something done. But now I'm sitting here after this, and I've got a gift, many gifts actually. A lot of people will see how calm I am now, feel my energy, and see the difference of who I am in just like a week. But when I was living at the house and going through all the things and going through all that panic, there was this tightness behind my heart, in my chest, and in my shoulders that isn't there anymore. There's a fight or flight of paying the bills every month and not knowing where the money was coming from. A fight or flight of, and it may not sound like a fight or flight, but getting meals ready for the kids and making sure that they were cared for and made sure they were happy and giving them the things that they needed to get ready for school, and all these things that just distracted me from me. Because my responsibility as a father, as a parent, as a human, was to serve them first and make sure that they were safe, and then serve myself. And then getting into the comfort of things and surrounding ourselves with layers and layers of things like pots and pans and dishes and TVs and couches and all these things. What we surround ourselves with to make ourselves feel comfortable actually becomes a bit of an anchor in itself. It kind of surrounds your neck. And when I was moving it, I got to see how much those things really didn't mean. They were just passing fancies, I guess is the word that comes up, that I accepted into my life, surrounded myself with to make as a comfort cushion. But holy frick, when I came to move it, it was like a lead weight around my neck and it almost killed me. So now I'm sitting here without a home, with all my belongings put away, with my children, with my ex, and I'm so freaking calm. I spoke a little bit about feeling empty, like I'm not smothered by things right now. I'm not smothered by things I have to do or to prove or to make my kids feel safe or myself feel safe. Right in this now moment, I have everything I need. I'm in a nice warm trailer and I have enough food for a month and power and electricity and can relax. So in this moment, the universe is looking after me. But at that time, it was like major step down and holy shit, I'm going to die and on all this. But now I'm looking at it and it's like none of those things really were that important. So I'm getting this gift, which I would have thought was a curse just even a couple weeks ago or like even 3 days ago. But sitting in all of this and becoming immersed in what I thought was a huge step down, but is actually just fine. I'm sitting here and I'm accepting what has happened and I'm still okay. I'm not dying. I'm not fighting for my life. I'm not any of these things. And if I get too much in the future, I worry about, is it going to get cold? And when am I going to have to move out and other things? But right here and right now, I'm okay. And my kids are okay. I talk to them every day and they're fine. My belongings are okay. I got out. I honored in integrity and got out of my house rental on time and cleaned it and did all the things. And the panic's gone. And the fight or flight is gone. That weight of that cost every month. It was like almost $3,000 a month to have a home. And pay the utilities and bills and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm sitting without that stuff and I'm okay. And it's so calm and it's so relaxed and all those things I smothered myself with have stepped away and I see through the clarity and it's really relaxed here. The energy is calm. I'm calm. I'm now seeing that those things didn't really serve me other than meeting a societal obligation. Yes, I'm going to find a place where my children are covered and all those things. But right now, I need to reset myself to this point to really find myself. And once I find myself, I'm going to better serve everyone, and all of my needs are going to be met from inside of me rather than trying to chase and meet the stuff outside of me that I was chasing before. So these massive gifts of awareness, of tearing down the whys of why I smothered myself with that stuff, why I needed them all, why it had to be a big house versus a small house or an apartment or smothered with all these things. Now I'm just sitting here and it's like those things aren't important. Interpersonal connections are important as well, but I got to serve me first and you got to serve you first. And if you don't, you're just chasing. And that chasing got exhausting. And I'm not chasing anymore. So now I feel, okay, I'm taking time for myself. I'm relaxing. I'm getting some breaths. It's not chasing a job, chasing money, chasing finding the next place, meeting all these needs and these expectations. So I can't even think about myself. But now when I'm thinking about myself, magic's happening because I see why. I see why I'm doing things. Why are things important? And yeah, Mary Lou, go with the flow is huge. But we don't. How often do we chase and do the things our parents expect or our kids expect or the family around us expect when really we just need to find out what we need and what gives us passion and what feels good for us And then once we know that, then we start taking direction in that direction. And if we get too busy with the busyness around us, creating a business, I had my own business and it fell apart. All those things, if you get in the busyness, you don't choose you. And how are you going to find your passion? And how are you going to be in alignment with service to others so that you can maybe make some money or whatever until you really know who you are and why it's important? And why do you chase it? And why do you need money? And what's the money going to do? And until you're really good with yourself, those things just come in and out of our lives, and they're a bunch of lessons. So I got a lot of gifts this last little while, and I would have said that my world was falling apart, but it's far past falling apart. It's becoming more integral. It's becoming more centered in me. It's becoming more my choice. And I can make a next step from a really solid foundation, where before everything was really shaky. It was based on pleasing others or meeting a societal expectation or other things that weren't really truly important. So I thought my world was falling apart, but it's actually becoming more and more integral now. It's got a stronger foundation, and this is going to be a place where I can build everything from now. So this is part of the awakening process. This is part of changing ourselves and looking inward. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing outside until we've looked inward and we've let go of all the stuff outside. I used to hear this term. It's like you can't have anything until you release everything, because the story behind everything is so based on a 3D reality and not creation, more about achieving and striving and chasing and all this kind of stuff. Until we get behind that and we start to release all that stuff, we don't really know the prime creator we are. We don't really know how much power we have. We don't really know our whys. And then we're just blindly doing it when it's not alignment with our higher self. It's not alignment with our purpose. It's not in alignment with everything that we are. And then it falls apart in your hands and you don't even know why it's falling apart, and you hate it because you got something you didn't really want. It's just a mess when you start to look at it. So all I can say is look inside. This time right now is hugely about breaking down old patterns. So if things are losing and you're not seeing it anymore and you think you've lost something, look inside. Because you didn't lose something, you're just getting a new perspective. I got that card today when I was pulling cards, and everything's a new perspective. And once you understand the new perspective, these are all blessings. And once we understand its blessings, it's great. And thank you, Mary Lou. Yes, it's coming together. But people that are following my journey, just know this is the steps. Feeling the emotion, feeling the pain, feeling the suffering, feeling like you're lost, feeling like the whole world is falling apart are all steps of the process. And if you don't feel them and you don't respect them and go through that journey with your inner child, go through that journey with you, you can't see the gold. So, and this is the gold. This is the calmness. This is the I'm accepting and going with the flow, and something magic's going to happen because I'm always supported. God and the universe is always with me. People are watching over me. People are coming together to make magic. So, thank you for everybody that listened. Hopefully that clarity makes sense, and maybe it'll serve you. So, always here speaking to you about what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing, so that other people can find the way and know that there's some truth, and maybe it's a reflection for them that helps them get through whatever they're stuck in. So, love you all. Have a great day, great evening, and we'll talk more soon.